Yo, what's up guys? So today we're going to be talking about 3 ways you can format your vertical pictures for Instagram without cropping in.
I don't really care 'cause I'm done. All the real love is not fun. There's no
So you might not know this, but Instagram aspect ratio is 4:5, and usually when you shoot pictures on your camera, the ratio is either 2:3 or 3:2. The vertical side is a bit taller and a bit skinnier than what Instagram's aspect ratio is, so many people crop in or many people add white bars if they want to keep that composition kinda. But today I'm going to be talking about 3 ways you can kind of maintain that composition but without adding white bars or cropping in. Alright, so now that we're in Photoshop, you want to create a 4:5 document, so 1080 by 1350, all these other settings. And then you want to get your picture. Say for example, we want this picture. And yeah, that's 3:2, so it's a bit skinnier. So some people use these white bars, and if you can continue using those white bars for forever, I think it makes your feed look good. But sometimes if you do this sporadically, it won't look as good. So the first method is a method I use often. So first thing you want to do is rasterize the layer, and then you can Command T, select the edge, and hold down Shift, and it just drags out. So you can drag it as far as you want. Sometimes the warping effect gets a bit crazier if that's what you're going for, but most of the time I just drag it to where it meets the edge. And then same thing on this side, Control T or Command T, and hold down Shift and drag it out. And there you can kind of maintain your composition, and you have this glitchy, warpy look to it, which is pretty cool. Some people think it's pretty cool, and that's the method I use the most. But if you kind of you don't like this hard edge right here, there's another method we can use. So I'm just gonna go back to the original document. So you want to do the same thing almost, but this time we're gonna do Command J, and then we're gonna use this layer, and then hold down Shift, drag it out, and drag it in as well. And then you want to put it on the bottom, go back to the original layer, and then you do the same thing here. So Control T, drag it in, drag it in. And there's no formal rules on how, so I f***ed up on that one. And there's no formal rules on how you press Control J first. But what I was saying is there's no formal rules on how far you stretch it. These are just general principles you can play around with. But we want to go to the original layer, go to the lasso tool, whatever, and add a feather of maybe 25. And then just go across the edge and delete it. And same thing here. So it kind of feathers it out more, and there's less of a edge, I guess. And there's other ways of doing it, but that's one way to do it. Another way is just to go to the original layer, and then go to here, and then maybe do the circle. I think circle's best. And then maybe 30 this time, and then maybe go across your subject, and then do a layer mask, and it blends in a lot more. So and the last method we're gonna do is super simple, much more simple than we've done so far. And basically just Command J, and then the bottom layer, you drag it out and drag it out. So it kind of acts as that white border that has the same colors and themes to it, so it won't look as jarring on your Instagram feed. Alright, so those were 3 ways you can format your vertical pictures for Instagram without cropping in or adding white bars. Personally, I have nothing against adding white bars, but it does make your feed look a bit jarring if you only do it sometimes. So if you want to like maintain a feed aesthetic or whatever, you might want to consider these methods instead of like cropping in or adding white bars or anything. And yeah, that's pretty much it.